Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to tag your subscribers. In other words, how to create tags and how to assign these tags to your subscribers so you can better organize your ConvertKit account. So the first thing you need to know is that you can create these tags inside your automations. And remember, you can find your automations inside the Automate menu option and clicking in the Visual Automations section. Okay? Once you're inside the automation, then you can click on this plus button. Let me zoom in right here. Let me zoom out once again, and we can add or remove a tag. By selecting this option, we're going to add the subscriber to the specific tag that we add here. Now, since we have not created any tags throughout these videos, I'm going to create one now using this option. I'll click it, and then I'm going to create the tag. And I'm going to name this with the same name as the automation, free email marketing course. So that way I know that this tag has been applied using this automation. Make sense? Once we write the name of the tag, we're going to click this option, and then we're going to add the action. And now you see that anyone that joins this automation using this form will be assigned this tag. And then ConvertKit will proceed to subscribe them to the welcome sequence, the series of emails we created a couple of videos ago. So ConvertKit is smart enough to do both of these actions in a sequential manner, meaning that this is the first step of the sequence of the automation. Then the second step is adding this tag, and then finally adding the subscriber to the sequence, to the welcome sequence that we created a while ago. Okay? Makes sense? That said, how can we use these tags creatively? Well, let's say that you have multiple landing pages. Let's say that you have a landing page specific for Instagram and another specific for Twitter. How can we use this to know from where these people came from? Straightforward. First, let's find this landing page. So let's go to the Grow menu option. Let's right click on top of the landing page option and let's click in a new tab. Let's go here and let's duplicate this one. Duplicate. Once we duplicate this, we're going to rename it as free email marketing course, let's say Colin Twitter. So that way I know they came from Twitter. That said, let's use this example one. This is not the one that we created a couple of videos ago, but it still serves our mission, okay? That said, once you change the name, we're going to save this. Once it's saved, we're going back to our automation, and let's refresh this page before we proceed doing the other things. Then we're going to add the new landing page on this side by clicking on this button, then finding the newly created landing page. And let's find it, free email marketing course, Twitter. Then we're going to add the event. Once we are done with that, I'm going to add a new tag over here. Let's click here and let's create a new tag. Let's make it source Twitter. So that way I know that this person came from Twitter. Let's add this action. And let's say that on this side, we're going to make it a tag called source Instagram. Beautiful. Now I have two different landing pages that look literally the same. Let me give you an example. Let's scroll down, free email marketing course. There we have it. The Instagram one and the Twitter one. Same exact landing page, but we're using it for different purposes. One to promote on Twitter and the other one to promote on Instagram. And with the automation, we can tell ConvertKit from where these people came from using the tags. So again, we are assigning tags to people depending on which landing page they used to subscribe to our newsletter. Make sense? Let me explain this in a summarized fashion. We tell ConvertKit that when someone joins our newsletter using this landing page, free email marketing course Twitter, then proceed to add the tag source Twitter, and then add the task free email marketing course, and then add them to the welcome sequence, the welcome 2022 sequence. On the other hand, on this side, we tell ConvertKit that anyone that joins our newsletter using this specific landing page to be tagged with this tag, source Instagram, so that we know that that person joins through Instagram. And of course, this landing page can be only promoted on Instagram, okay? You're not going to share this on Twitter, only on Instagram, and this one on Twitter, okay? So once they join using this one and they are tagged with the source Instagram tag, then they're going to get this one tag assigned to them. And finally, they're going to get inserted into the Welcome 2022 email sequence. Now, why should we go through all of this, let's say, overcomplication? And this is not even that complicated, by the way. Well, here's the reason. If I want to send an email to people who only came from Twitter, let me give you an example. I'll create the broadcast. Then once we create the broadcast and write the subject line and add the content and then hit the continue to continue with the email, then we can tell ConvertKit, hey, I want you to send this email only to whom? To people who are subscribed to what? The tag Twitter. Let's find the Twitter. Let's find Twitter. Source Twitter. Source Twitter. There it is. Add filter. And now this will only send the email to people who are tagged with this tag, source Twitter. On the other hand, if we only want to send it to people who are tagged with the Instagram tag, we do the following. Again, we click the add filter, then we click the subscribed to, then we choose the tags on this side, and then we fetch for the Instagram by just typing in the name of Instagram right here. And finally, we select the source Instagram tag, click outside, and then add filter. And now we have a more powerful way to connect with our followers. Because let me give you an example. On Twitter, I'm mostly tweeting, random advice. I'm not that niched down on Twitter. On the other hand, on Instagram, I'm more niched into email marketing and marketing in general. So I'm not posting a lot of platitudes and feel good things. So I am not going to sell the same things to my audience on Twitter and my audience on Instagram. It won't convert well if I try to sell the same things to both audiences. Like I have a guide on how to grow your Twitter account. Should I be selling that on Instagram? Well, maybe. I've tried to, but the conversion rate is so bad that I don't even promote it. On the other hand, if I know that someone came from Twitter, I can sell them that guide, and I can know that they came from Twitter just because of the tags that I've added inside ConvertKit. So let's go back to our automations so we can see for one last time how this works. Let's refresh this. To summarize, if you want to add tag, you click here, you add the tag, you create the tag, and then you add the action that ConvertKit takes is to add that specific tag by selecting what you saw here, adding or remove tag. In this case, I won't show you how to remove tags or stuff like that because you don't actually need that at the moment. So I wouldn't focus on trying to figure out how to make that work. You don't need it. Believe me, you don't need it because you're starting out. And now what I want you to do is actually go through all of these videos once again, okay? Go through them one by one, please, and start your email newsletter. Why? Because the sooner you start with it, the better. So here's my promise to you. Once you do that, I would love for you to come back to this course because I have one more video for you. And that video is about self-promotion and how to promote and launch this beautiful newsletter of yours. But first, I need you to go through all of the past videos, implement them, and then come back. Can you do that for me? I hope so. So see you in the next video after you start taking action. Cool? See you soon.